To comment on it, though, I'll never be exactly like my father. There will be things I do differently on accident. I'm always hungering to try to improve and get better. And I am confident that at the very least, if you come out to the show, I think you're going to have a pretty killer time with us.
Hey, Mando Fresko here at Coachella 2024, here with a very special guest, Jakob Nowell of Sublime. Jakob,
Yes.
What's up, man?
Yes. So good to be out here, man. I'm so excited to be playing Coachella.
So I saw you on stage week 1. Crushed it.
Thank you so much.
Man, how did that feel for you?
Oh, man, it's a really awesome job to get to have. I used to work at a hardware store, so this is definitely different than that.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's a little bit different. I mean, it's crazy. Everyone's being so friendly and nice, and we're still pretty raw, We just started rehearsing together in this lineup in this way, and that was our first time having a real official set, a real official jam like that. But I've been getting a lot of great feedback,
Man.
a lot of positive, a lot of good, constructive criticism and stuff too. And I think I know where I want to grow and what I want to do this week. And I think it's going to be even better today. I'm so excited.
You said you just started rehearsing not so long ago. So take me to that. Week 1 is the first time on stage in this manner. How long before that did you guys start rehearsing for that specific show?
We only had, the way that everyone's schedules worked out, when the booking was confirmed, we only really had a couple weeks.
Wow.
To get into the studio and really rehearse the set. And I'm not familiar with all the material. I've been in and out of bands for the last 10 years in this line of work. And so a lot of people were like, well, didn't he have all that time to learn all this material? It's like, I never thought I'd be doing this, I'm very proficient in my style, like with what I do in Jacob's Castle, and I can say that proudly because I've worked just tirelessly day in and day out trying to be really good at the specific thing that I want to be really good at. The Sublime stuff isn't my wheelhouse naturally. However, it is an amazing challenge, and it's such a huge honor to get to be able to step in that role. So I think with every show, we just get a little bit more comfortable, a little bit tighter, a little bit better, and I get more and more able to have a good time and just give that performance and try to project that love out to all those nice people in the audience.
That's such a for sure. I'm sure you're honored to perform on stage, sing your father's songs, and
I'm going to do it hydrated with these amazing electrolytes that I'm going to be sipping on.
Yeah. Hydrate or dihydrate.
Yes. Those are your options.
Now, the great Bradley Nowell, your legendary father. I'm sure you feel, like I said, honored, paying homage, sort of embracing the style that Sublime originally had, and also still doing you, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's become a really cool, exercise for me, because I just try to treat everything like it's a job, like it's a gig, try to treat it professionally and do the best that I can. And I think that era of music with Sublime, I mean, they influenced so many amazing artists, many of which are playing at the festival this weekend, which is so cool to see. So I take a lot of inspiration from that in my own project, Jacob's Castle. We just came out with a record. It's called Enter the Castle, courtesy of Epitaph Records, streaming everywhere. Go check it out.
I like it. Shameless plug.
But, it has a little bit of that influence from that era, because I love beach music. I love the stuff that reminds us of the summertime SoCal energy. But I think there's been so much interesting, like, indoor internet kind of weird music that, for one way or another, has been inspired by that era. And you just see that on display here at the festival this weekend. Like, it's a little bit different, but I saw Clowncore last night, and it changed my entire life. Yeah, It was amazing. Best set of the whole week was Clowncore.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I know you're a big fan of music, and people sort of, their introduction to Jakob with Sublime was just just last week, really. If we're talking. So how do you want the Sublime fans to sort of receive you? What does that look like for you ideally?
Well, I think that's a really awesome question. I'm glad you asked that. And I think the best thing I can say is that whatever anybody's opinion is of you is none of their, like, whatever anybody's opinion of me is none of my business. Anybody can take it however they wish to take it, because that's the beauty of art and how we, absorb things. To comment on it, though, I'll never be exactly like my father. There will be things I do differently on accident. I'm always hungering to try to improve and get better. And I am confident that at the very least, if you come out to the show, I think you're going to have a pretty killer time with us. We have a lot of fun out there on the stage. And although we might not play everything exactly to what people might be used to hearing just on the records, a big tragedy of Sublime is that the band ended and my dad passed away before they could even tour the self-titled record, the big one with all the hits that everybody loves. So we don't really know. We can only imagine and speculate how those songs would have been imagined on stage. So in a lot of ways, it's been a fun, creative, experimental process doing this with my uncles and the amazing Trey and Dougie that we have up there on stage. It's just a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoy it out there. And I promise we're going to keep doing it. It's going to keep getting better.
I love that. No, and I wanted to sit with you today because I know people are loving what you're doing and they're curious as to who you are, right? To a lot of people, you just popped up. Right. And what they know is, and I think it's a beautiful story, to be honest with you. It's like a passing of the torch, right? It's this just special kind of Simba moment, in a sense.
It totally is like that, yeah.
And you're kind of carrying that on with your uncles, your tios.
It's very true. Exactly right.
Also, something that I really love about Sublime is as a Mexican American, as a Latino that grew up in LA, the usage of Spanish words throughout the lyrics.
Totally, yeah. He spoke fluent Spanish, and I can only speak a little bit, but like I think it was so cool he incorporated that because that's a part of Southern California culture right there. Like I think he did it without even thinking about it. It was just like that's what he felt to do in that song. It was just or whatever he sprinkled anything in. It was just so natural with those guys, and so I think it's so cool that this is a lot of everything changed last Saturday, for better, for worse, for me. Everything changed in my life.
For better, for sure.
Yeah, man, and it's just it is absolutely crazy. So I grew up, trying to sing exactly like the Tool records I was listening to, or Queens of the Stone Age, or System of a Down. I wanted to sing like those singers. So when I come to a job like Sublime, I have to. When I'm not thinking and I get nervous, I kind of slip back into some of those like old growls or whatever. I have to. I think today I want to just sort of relax and try to just do it straight up. And kind of experiment and figure out the best way to demonstrate these songs for others. And that whole process is what's most fun about playing with my uncles like that.
Before we started here recording, you were telling me that you grew up in San Diego and in Long Beach. So
that's right.
You mind sharing that a little bit so people get to know you?
Yeah, I was born at St. Mary's Hospital in Long Beach, and then I grew up in Pacific Beach, San Diego, California, and but I'd spend the summers up in Long Beach with my grandparents, and I'd do like junior lifeguards and stuff. I'd go swim out in the ocean and like all that stuff. And then 10 years ago, I moved back to Long Beach, and I've been there ever since. It's my favorite city on the planet. No matter where I go, it's always what I come back to. It's where my heart is. And all the way up from San Diego to LA and then some. Like there's so much amazing music that is happening in Southern California nowadays, a lot of which has been inspired by Sublime. And all of that is what I try to draw from in Jacob's Castle. And it's been a wonderful experimental journey so far, that's for sure.
What's the vibe, what's the energy, the chemistry with you and your uncles of Sublime?
It's crazy. I mean, it's a family thing, It's a family business. I just feel so happy that I get to hang out with them and get to, play music with them and experience these big shows. I mean, really, it should have been my dad up there. He deserved to experience all of this success and adoration, and those people really connected to his music that he wrote. And I think it's so sad that he can't be there to do it. So in a lot of ways, even though it can be emotionally draining sometimes, and it can be a lot on my shoulders, at the same time, it's a huge honor, and it's like a responsibility of mine that it is kind of like that Simba moment where like I can't just be kicking it with Timon and Pumbaa eating the beautifully animated bugs all day. I at some point I gotta gotta put on the outfit and do the song and dance, and
you got the cool mane and everything too.
I just hate getting haircuts.
No, so what's the plan with Sublime now? Right, you have your band. You're part of the Sublime family now. What's the plan? Is there a plan? Is it kind of just let's feel it out?
Oh no, we're back. Sublime is officially back. I think right now the plan is to, we're all busy with families and obviously my other project, Jacob's Castle, and we want to make sure we're giving enough to the fans while still being true to ourselves. So we're basically just going to be doing festivals every year, a couple select big festivals, do it up big all over the world is what it's looking like. And then in the meantime, I'll be touring the country and maybe other countries with Jacob's Castle and keep releasing music under that name for my solo project. And coming up soon, we have a new Sublime single coming out. We don't want to write like brand new material. That's not really in the plan right now. But there's a lot of cool unreleased material out there, and I think it's a really cool idea to collab with modern day artists that are really big in different scenes, like reggae and punk and hip hop and stuff. And so the first of that whole selection is this awesome remix track of an unreleased track that we did with our buddy Stick Figure, and it should be hitting pretty soon. So I'm excited to have that out there.
I love that. Talk to me about just, hanging out, living in Long Beach, and how that has sort of made you the artist that you are.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, just bumping into so many amazing creative people. It's a very musical city right from the get. You just walk down the street and there's people playing music and stuff. But I was definitely a child that was raised by the internet and and television in a lot of ways, late night shows like Adult Swim, programming blocks like that. And I think in those kind of weird corners and spaces, you just see all sorts of influences just colliding and converging, and new things are born, like stars exploding and stuff starts swirling together. So I just love being in the middle of it all.
Right. Man, I appreciate you hanging out with us.
Thank you so much for this, man. This is awesome. And thanks for the amazing air conditioning. It's hot out there. Drink water. Drink electrolytes.
I made sure, I made sure we had you hooked up with Electrolit. Make sure the AC was a full blast.
I'm going to come back here when I need to take a nap, man.
Anytime, man.
Chugging some Electrolit.
Man, I appreciate you. And just before you go, I just want to let you know that when you hopped off the stage week 1 at Coachella, I was streaming it, and I sent out a tweet and said, "Take a bow, Jakob Nowell. Take a bow."
I think I saw that. Yeah.
Man, because
thanks for support, man. Everyone's support. That just means so much to me. I can't believe people are digging it like that. Like, it's crazy.
It's beautiful, man. I feel like it's in you. It was written, right? For it to be you on that stage, and I just want to congratulate you, man.
Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it.
Keep killing it.
Yes, more to come. Sublime, Jacob's Castle, 2024, Coachella, Electrolit.